Good day and welcome. My name is Rudy Page and welcome to Brent Community Dialogues. I'm really pleased that we have Councillor Muhammed back, the leader of the council here, to talk about the You Decide grant programme. Good morning, Councillor.
Good morning, Rudy, and thank you to Fresh for inviting me here today as well. And thank you to all the people who are tuning in as well today.
Thank you very much. Can you tell us what is the You Decide grants programme?
Okay, Rudy, the You Decides grants program is about sort of giving a powerful voice to the residents of Brent and being able to be involved in decision making as to where some of the money that we have gets spent, and they can prioritise projects and community organisations so that they are given the opportunity to spend that money and use that money as well. The money, I mean, we have £2 million that comes from the neighbourhood CLR money that will be distributed over the 5 Brent Connects areas. And then we also have £250,000 that will be from the health and wellbeing project. So obviously, I just want to make sure people are fit, healthy, and active as well, right? So we have £2 million for the neighbourhood and You Decide projects going forward, and 250,000 for the health and wellbeing project. So it's £2.25 million that we're giving out to the community, giving them the opportunity to have that voice where that money is actually spent. And as I said, it is about making sure the community has a say where some of that money is actually spent.
Thanks. Thank you for that. So the Brent Connects areas, I understand, are Willesden, Harlesden, Wembley, Kingsbury, Kenton and Kilburn. Is that still the case?
It's still the case, right? So they split over those 5 areas, right? Because we have 22 wards, right? And just makes it easier to have a locality-based approach, right? So 4 or 5 wards in each of those connect areas is given the opportunity, right, to come together, right? And then we can target the money that we've allocated, right? The £2 million from the neighbourhood CLR, and then the £250,000. We split it across equally. Across those areas, right? So it just makes it a bit fairer and geographically as well. It makes it fairer, and then each of those community groups in there, right, can actually work together as well. It is actually about getting people together, getting community groups together, and getting to know one another as well.
So the aim of the project really is to put residents at the heart of the decision making.
Correct. I mean, look, as a council, as councillors, right, we've been given a mandate by the people of Brent to actually make decisions. But sometimes, right, we have an opportunity, right, to have a stronger grassroots voice, right, from the community. So I'm encouraging all my councillors to go out, speak to the community, speak to the voluntary groups, right, and just make sure that everyone knows what's going on in the community. We're just coming out of a pandemic, over 2 years, right, of being stuck inside, locked inside, right? And the whole idea is honestly, right, is to get that awareness out there and let people know, right, that you can make a difference in your community as well, because there are so many people in our communities, right, who do things, right, and sometimes they struggle to have their voice heard. And this is about empowering those individuals as well, and giving the community groups, the small charities, our churches and groups and everything else, our residents associations, right, giving them that opportunity to say, this is what we need, this is what we want, right, and we're going to come together. We're going to make a pitch, right, and make sure that friends, neighbours, everybody else all logs on and votes for those projects as well.
Yeah, excellent. So all voices will be heard.
Absolutely. I'll keep on saying, honestly, right, it doesn't matter who you are, where you've come from, right, what your education is, what your belief is, right, your voice is just as important as mine, right, and that's what we're trying to do, right. is to make sure, right, that every single voice is heard, and we make sure that the opportunities are given to our residents, right, to continue that dialogue. We've just had the elections, okay, and people sometimes say, "Oh, Councillor, but we only see you at election time," right? Right. This is an opportunity to turn the tables, right? And I can say, well, I've given you an opportunity as well, right? And I'm coming out to you. Let's make sure, right, that your voice is just as strong as mine, right? And you know, let's make sure you tell me what you actually need at that street level. And so I can make the decisions at the strategic level, right, and making sure everyone gets what they need, right. But sometimes at that local street level, I think there's something else we can do, and this is what we want to do. Let's hear those voices. Let's hear about those projects, and let's share those ideas, right, because. Something that you may have in your mind, right, and it really may benefit the community, and those are the kind of ideas we want to hear.
Great. No barriers to civic participation.
No.
So who can apply for a grant?
Most people can apply. I mean, what we do ask, right, is that rather than just one individual, we want to see, right, that community participation. We want to see residents come together as groups, right? And we have charities, we have community groups, right? So virtually anyone can apply, right? Who wants to make a difference in their locality, in their community. So get together. We've made it as simple as possible, right? All we ask is just give us a quick snapshot of what you think the idea is, how it will benefit the people, and then how much it will cost. Right. I mean, obviously, I don't want one organisation saying they're coming along and want £400,000, right? But I mean, I want 400,000 organisations coming along, right, and applying for the funding, right? And like I said, it's open to as many people who want to come forward. Right. This is just the start of the way forward, right? So we're looking to do more of these going forward, and if we continue to improve Brent through regeneration, getting more businesses to come in and everything else, it's just so much better for everyone. And if that regeneration continues, we can work with those developers. And this is where we say to them, what is your contribution to the locality? And we use the contributions they give us to do what we're doing here today through the participatory budgeting and the You Decides programs.
Excellent. So why do you need more people to submit their applications?
For me, the more people we have involved, right, the better it is, because the more ideas that come forward, the more projects that come forward, it gives me an indication, right, of how much more we can actually do, and it spurs me on to do more for the people of Brent, right? Because I want to make sure that all those projects that come along, actually become a realization, and because that will actually say to the people of Brent, oh look, we applied for this. The council and the residents listen to us, and we've been able to do this. The more people that we can engage and get involved, get more ideas, the more things we can do in the community, that we can create that resilience in the community. We can create the interactions and bridges between our different communities, right? And Brent is one of those localities, right, where we welcome everyone, right, and we want to harness the energy of every single individual, and make sure, right, their values, their history, their culture, and everything else, right, embodies what we do in everything we do every day.
Yeah, thanks. So who gets to vote on where the money actually goes?
It'll be your friends, your neighbours, right? It'll be people from across the communities. So each locality, right, will be asked to vote on those projects. Obviously, people will have to make a pitch to all those residents and people there, right? And it won't be me making that decision. I mean, I can be there and I will be there, right? Because I just want to encourage more people to come forward, right? But also want more people to come and listen, to hear and to see, right? Honestly, the energy of all our residents, right? Because if we can harness that energy, just imagine how much better it would be for every single one of us, right? And how much better we can create our communities. And just getting on with people and understanding, all our different, but people from. It has to be a great thing for all of us.
Yeah, absolutely. So what happens after the applications close?
Once applications close, right, the people will be invited. Obviously, we have a checklist of things that people need to do, and that's all set out in the criteria and the application forms that people need to apply for. Once that's done, and then all the individuals will be contacted, right? And then we create the pathways for people to come to participate and to vote on those projects, right? We just had recently, I think it was around January time, some of the environmental projects. If you've gone to a council website, you'll see we gave out a whole host of money, right, to people, right, to insulate their homes, right, to put in new boilers, to take a look at ground source pumps and all that kind of stuff, right? Because we do have a cost of living crisis, and we need to understand, right, what are the things that we can help with, and this project that what we're looking at is no different, right? It is about trying to help, to empower, to support, and to engage with residents, right? And when it comes to those decision days, right, we want everyone to be involved, right, and see what we can do together, right? And we can do so much more together.
Yeah, thanks for that. So finally, before we close, what is the message that you really want to leave with residents of Brent?
I think for me, right, the message has to be, right, that the You Decides is a powerful platform for all our residents, for all our community groups, right, to actually understand, right, how we can all work together. We can get so much more done together, right, and right that we have an opportunity, right, to utilise the funds within the council, right, to make everyone's lives better. Right, and some of the projects are about sort of improving the environment, the locality, right? Making sure that some of those community groups are understood, right? And then using the collective goodness that we've just demonstrated, right, to make sure, right, that we have a Brent that everyone is proud of, and that's the only thing I want to get right, is where everyone feels involved, engaged, listened to, right, and then I'm proud of the outcomes that we can achieve for the London Borough of Brent.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.